Hi, you've reached Matt with Fidgets and Widgets, and today we're going to do a little collage of fidgets I found at independent toy stores. Some of these you'll like, some you won't, but this is the first one. This is the Tangle. Tangle makes a bunch of these in different colors, different shapes and sizes. Some are hard plastics, some are this tactile feel with a little silicone type cover. You'll see them all through independent toy stores. These are terrific for, again, a general fidget device on your desk, watching TV, something where you got to have your hands moving. You'll see these in a variety of shapes and sizes. And again, this is the Tangle, and that's at tanglecreations.com. I'm betting there are hundreds of these. The next item we have is the typical squeeze ball. This one has some, silicone type colored balls inside of the outer shell. And you've probably seen these before. These run about probably $6-7. Same with the Tangle, that's probably $6-7. But this is kind of cool. This is great for a car while you're driving because you don't have to pay attention to it. I don't recommend leaving it in the car because what I found out the hard way is that it tended to dry it out. The outer shell started to crack, and before you knew it, it was garbage. But anyway, that's a terrific type of fidget ball. Another thing are what they call the Fidget Snakes. Nothing more than this. As you can see here, you can pull this thing for almost, I'm not even going to measure how far you can pull it, but you can take it a darn while, because if you take it just a little piece, now let's do this. I mean, and that's just that little section. You start doing it, and again, this was probably $3-4, independent toy store. Just what they call a fidget snake. Very basic, but again, something different to putz with. So it'll be interesting to see if you guys like those. These maybe not so much. These are newer. They're just interlocking plastic rings that spin in opposite directions. So I think we can get them all going. Or we can get those three going. One. And you can kind of get a feel. These are like $3-4. They come in different colors, like this one. You can see has the purple outer one, and this one, it's the inner one. I think they even had a few more. Again, this one, probably not one of my faves. I mean, it's got a fidget feel to it, but it just different. Somebody came up with it and decided to make a toy out of it. So that's another type of fidget item you'll find at a local independent toy store. Another one that's relatively new is it's a marble inside of a little, I'm guessing that's plastic. It's not, I don't think it's nylon, but basically the little marble balls on the one end, snap it to the other, snap it back, snap it back. This was interesting. The person at the toy store told me that attorneys were buying these to use in the courtroom under the desk when they were fidgeting. So attorneys seem to be a hot spot of nervousness, and obviously a big seller for them. These were like, I don't want to say, I think they were like $3, probably worth about 10 cents, but nonetheless, somebody came up with it, made it, and it is a fidget item. Let's see here. Another one we've got. This is relatively new. Here's another set. These come in a variety of colors, just interlocking rings and beads. And that's kind of like all it does. Again, if this is your bag and you like fidget stuff, again, it just turns and twists. Not a whole lot to it. So if you're into that, these I think ran, again, $3-4 a piece at your local toy store. The standard magnets. And again, I think you can get these to spin if you do it well enough. That's cool. Yeah, there you go. So, got to have a pair of these, standard item. Next item, these are been around for a while. They're still pretty popular. They run like $1. Basically a string through a couple of wood blocks. You know, they go into a variety of shapes. One thing I've noticed is that these are coming in a lot of different colors. So you can get them like, I don't know if this is the Christmas color scheme, but I think I've got 4 or 5 of these in different colors. And again, you just twist them and see what you come up with. And let's see here. Can we do something with this? Of course, I'm not going to be able to, but nonetheless, another fidgety item. Kind of cool. It's only $1. This is a little harder. This is a Waloba or Waloba moon ball. Again, it's very hard, but because of the way it's shaped, when you throw this against the ground, boy, does it take a wild bounce. Trust me, you're lucky if you get it to go straight. But I think that's the intent. The Waloba moon ball. These come in a variety of colors. I think these are like $7-8 a piece for what that's worth. Another item here. This is an oldie. I don't know what these were called, but let me see here if it's on here. It's a magnet set. Comag, something like that. I don't know if you can read that. But basically just steel balls with interlocking magnets. This is kind of a cool fidget item, especially if you want to make like a square. I think we can do that. Oh, no, you don't. Get back here. Get that one. Let's see if we get that one up. See if we get that around. There we go. Again, I bet you this was probably $15, I'm guessing. I don't think it was real cheap, but again, something to putz with, and certainly every household should have one of these. Next item, let's see, before we get into the kid toy stuff. This is kind of interesting. I don't know, the video isn't going to show this, but basically it's a it's supposed to be a decoration spinner. They come in 4 or 5 different colors, and if you see, you can spin them into like a different type of tree span where they all spread, and then if you go back the opposite way, they go all flat again. And let's see if we get that. There we go. So you can see they go all flat. And let's see. Okay. Anyway, you get the drift on this. This was like $25. Again, you can get them at an independent toy store. It comes with a base so that it sets up like a piece of art. So I'll do it this way so that it shows. But let's see how that looks as it fans out. And then we can kind of take it back down. Just something a little different. One thing I thought, I've seen these from Figma out of I think it's Japan. They're taking famous works of art that you see at a museum, and they're making them into, you hate the term action figures, but like this is the Thinker, and you can literally manipulate with different points of articulation the artwork, create your own, and come up with something. Now these I think are like 40-50 bucks. If you get them at online, maybe at Amazon, it's Figma, Figma. They're out of Japan. They are pricey, but honestly, it's kind of cool. It's just something, again, to fidget with. And they've got like the David, the Scream from Edward Munch. I think they've got a whole host of them coming out. And why not at 50-60 bucks a crack? You're making a boatload of money with this. But, you know, a nice way to introduce people to art, I guess. But this one I just kind of got a kick out of because I happen to love the Thinker. And let's get him down there thinking. So anyway, another toy. Now we're going to get into, I'll call them baby toys. I don't have many, but I got them because I thought, A, they were colorful and they spin. And if you want to get that addiction onto your kids early, just get them one of these. They lock if you go that way, but then you can go down. Again, this thing's like 10 bucks. It's hard to recommend for adults, but I did get a kick out of it, and yes, I did buy it. Another one is the little planet thing. I think these are from Fat Brain Toys, if I'm not mistaken. They've been making some interesting one for the kids or babies. Again, they've got rubber rings around them. This thing's probably 10-15 bucks. Another doodad. Another item is the, which is pretty cool, is the color or rainbow ball. Basically, they all interact, and they're wood. And this is, I think, like $29. But basically, you just keep twisting and turning and doing whatever you want with this thing. And the balls, you can tell, are, you know, pretty decent size for my thumb. If I ball the whole thing up, it's bigger than the hand. It's probably bigger than two hands. Again, this is kind of cool when you just put it into a design and put it on your desk. I will tell you, people cannot leave it alone. You'd think they would, but they cannot. And I don't blame them. So there is a color scheme. Let's put it together. So now we have it that way. And then you can see, again, just a cool little thing. Another one for the dear old desk. Now I would never take these to work because you obviously know why. But you know, some of the stuff they come up with for kids, for, you know, again, this is probably for sensory perception and you know, shapes and basic learning. But it's not a hard plastic. There's a feel to this. And I found myself using this while I was watching TV. You know, I wasn't going to put that on here, but you know, it's just the way it is. I happen to have gotten a kick out of it, and I think it's the rubbery feel of the these particular connections that made it seem so interesting. Again, anything can be a fidget item. But that gives you an idea. I think this was, again, 10-15 bucks. And again, I think it's another of those Fat Brain toys that you see at the local independent toy stores. That'll wrap up this review of a bunch of small and medium-sized fidgets. Hope you like it, and if you need any information, just leave me a note, and thanks for checking in. Bye now.